1133. Come, visit, and relax at the Villaggio Inn and Spa and the Vintage Inn in Yountville, California. Call 800 351 1133. PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio with the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thank you so much, Mike Horn. I'm picking the hay out of my hair.
What is going on with you? You're
It's amazing. The entire day was just jam-packed. I was in Santa Monica. I was in Westwood. I was in Beverly Hills. Then I was in the Valley. Then I was back in Beverly Hills again.
In the rain? All this in the rain?
Yeah, and believe me, when it gets cloudy here in this state, in the city, people just choke up. They cannot drive.
And we do this weekend edition live on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 Eastern. Then it replays on the weekend. You can email Fred at incoming@crni.net. Just the word incoming at crni.net. And this is the day that a friend of yours, the President of the United States, Barack Obama, is going to be driving around those very same roads you were driving earlier today.
Yeah, I got to get over there because we're all going out to Denny's to dinner tonight.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. And, speaking of Barry being so close to me right now, I've just got to bring people's attention to what is probably beginning to happen here in the race for the base with Rick Santorum and Mitt Romney. And I think, as I've said to you folks before, the narrative has to change from our candidates to the base and to the American people. And it is critical that people understand what this election is really about. As we've said before, yes, it's all about the economy, stupid. We all get that. But it's way, way bigger and way more important. And, it's down to the beliefs of how you want to live your life. It's down to the very fact that we have a constitutional republic that is under attack and assault by a man, Barack Obama, and his charges that do not believe in the Constitution. They do not believe in the Christian principles in which this country was founded. They don't believe in our founding fathers and the moral code that has been instilled in this country over the last 230 plus years. He's for Euro rule versus the great individual, a constitutional republic. He's out to destroy all connection to the Christian Bible, the morals, laws, the Constitution, and the spirit and soul of a people and a country. It is a form of genocide being perpetrated on the Indo-European Judeo-Christian people. That is the American people. That is the heart and soul, the spine of our existence. It is something that is really a horror when you stop and think about it. But not enough people, I think, in this country are invested in this country in terms of its beliefs and its heart and soul and its spirit and the understanding, the clear-cut understanding of why the country is special, why it is the greatest country in the world. And if we lose it, if we lose this charter, if we turn it over to Nancy Pelosi, turn it over to Harry Reid, turn it over to Barack Obama, and all of these people who hate this country. I'm totally convinced. I've seen enough of it now. I've seen 3 years of this regime. I've seen the lies, everything they do, everything he does. Barry right now is across the street in Westwood, in Santa Monica today and tonight, lying to people, manipulating, hiding the truth, and insulting people along the way because he knows he has a mediaocracy. He knows he has people here to help him. He knows he has people here to mask the truth. And the truth is that the media kept away facts from the American people and let, I will say this, and I honestly believe it's true, the white independent male and female guilt, racist based guilt machinery here that was allowed to put Barry into office without it being challenged. You know, the whole thing was, the whole subtext was, we're now going to put for the first time in the history of this country, a black man as president. Will white America allow it to happen? And of course, it was such a charged moment. It was allowed. People did stumble over themselves to pull the lever to get Barry into office. And it was done under the guise of race, not under a substantive plan for America. All we heard was hope and change. Well, you know, it's hope that people don't catch on to me, and because I'm going to change the Constitution. If he would have told people his business model for America was to take away your religion, force you into a government over the freedoms of a constitutional republic, government versus church, government as church, Euro rule, you would have run this guy out of the building. And when you did, there would have been the press, there would have been Chris Matthews, there would have been that second baseman, Rachel Maddow, and these other clowns, Ed Schultz, whatever the heck he does for a living. They would have been telling you that white America is still racist because you wouldn't vote for a black guy to be president. And so that's the subtext that has been drugged through the streets. No one wants to talk about it. And what we've got here is a heartbreaking situation where you've got half of the country, half of the American people do not pay federal income taxes. Half are not invested spiritually into this country. They could care less. Half of the American people, half of them have no intention at all of not standing in line and being bought for their vote. Everyone's up for sale. Half of the country is for sale because there's no character. And one of the things that we're going to discuss here as we get going in our show is we're gonna have a nice couple of sound bites here later on in our show when we come back that are going to really have an impact on you. They're going to contrast what we have and where we're going, as opposed to what we should have, what we should be hearing from Santorum and Mitt Romney and Newt and Ron Paul. These four people represent the narrative. The narrative is way, way under what it should be. And we're going to play some sound bites, and you're going to hear some of these sound bites, and it's going to shake you to your foundation when you realize that there is a story here that is being fogged by the press. You are not being allowed to have a conversation. They're keeping it very small. They're keeping it internecine, and they're keeping it bitchy and complainy and he said, she said, instead of rising above it and talking to the base, talking to the American people in such a fashion that they realize, you know something, regardless of who I like or who I don't like, I've got to vote, and I got to vote to get Barry out of there. I got to get Barry out of the White House, and I got to put somebody in that has a shot at maintaining this beautiful country that we have. And so we've got a lot to talk about. I'm here with my good friend Mike Horn, who's making cocoa right now. And when we come back, we're going to jump into it, folks. So please don't go away. It's Fred Dreyer along with Michael Horn. We'll be right back.
Good cocoa.